So I've made some more progress on the greenhouse. I think I said back on October 5th I'd have it done in a week. I was so young and naive back then. Got more gray hair now. But slowly but surely. One of the reasons it's going so slow is I've been putting this together with exterior screws also, so I'm pre-drilling holes and then putting screws in. But and the rafters, of course, been slowing me down. I did find a program on CNET, linked from CNET, Easy Rafters. It's a 90-day or 30-day free trial, so that's enough time to let me play with it and got me close to figuring out the angles on these rafters. But that's the extent, that's the progress I've made so far. Once I have it all framed in, and once I have the rafters in place, then I can start putting the polycarb material on, and that will speed up the process. But I got to get it done because we already had our first hard frost this morning. Even though my walls seem to be true and level, I'm still having to tweak these rafters. I just have to trim off a little bit of the angle where it meets with the nailer to bring it in, so the outside where the bird's mouth is sits even and flush with the outside plate. So I don't know why that is. It's just the foundation is like 3 degrees pitching away from the house, and I just have to take you know, averages here and there and try to work this in to get it as square as possible. And I'm putting these joist hangers on. They seem to be working okay and offer some more support instead of just nailing it through the wood. Just have to bend them a little bit to fit this angle. Now, even though I pre-drill some of these holes, I always think it's a good idea to put a little soap on the screw. Makes it go in easier. On this end rafter, I have to bend that bracket around so it's going to nail into the end of the nailer, and it's going to go in the end grain, so I don't know how strong that is, but it's going to be nailed to the top plate, so I don't see it shifting anywhere. Then once the carbonate panels are on, unless it was a massive snow load, I don't see this collapsing at all. But famous last words. Now on this side it butts up against an existing window frame, so I'll have to put screws in at an angle if I can at all. I should be able to slide that tab in between the trim on the window and the nailer. Another mistake that I found that kind of slowed me down is that the initial nailer I had up was a 6x10, but if you're putting rafters and you're cutting an angle on a rafter, the length gets longer as that angle gets sharper, so I had to take down the existing 2x6 nailers and put up 2x10 nailers. If you can see what I'm talking about here. You know, as this angle gets sharper, that line's going to get longer and longer, so I actually needed a longer nailer that was going to go on this side. I needed to put up at least a 2x10, so I had enough area for the rafter to face onto that. That's how you learn, I guess. you can see how that seats there. I was going to do a bird's mouth and then some overhang, and then I said, nah, it's too difficult for me. It's not necessary. I'm not going to put a gutter on this. It's not that much roof area. And that's where the bracket is. Well, I got that rafter up. Seem to be getting a rafter a day. If I keep up this pace, it should be finished by, I don't know, 2016. But once it's all framed, then the polycarbonate goes on. I do have to put trim boards on underneath the polycarbonate. So trim boards go on first. And then there's this corner rafter I have to cut, and off of that will be 2 of these, one off of each side. But curiously, Home Depot only had the left-hand side. They didn't even have the barcode or label on the shelf for a right-handed bracket, so I could put this upside down, I guess. Well, I think I put 4 more rafters in between here, and I have the angles down now, so I can copy those. And just this corner rafter, I guess I'll put blocking in between. I don't know if I need it or not. The polycarbonate, they specify no greater than 24 inches between supports, and sometimes they have purlins in between. But I'll put these rafters 24 inches on center. Some even, well, it's about 22 3/4. I'll have the rafters on this side sitting right on top of the 2x4s, so the load gets transferred down to right on top of the 2x4s. And that wall there will be solid plywood, because it's the north facing wall, so it doesn't require, I don't require any carbonate on that. Put some insulation too. And of course I want to put some paint on here because it is pressure treated, and I don't want any condensation dripping on the plants with whatever wood preservative, they've impregnated the pressure treated wood with. So I've slapped a coat of paint on while I can. So there's progress so far again, and stay tuned, and thanks for watching my video.